Don't dim your light, take up space. That's what we're discussing today with award-winning author Stacy Hawkins Adams. Good morning.
Good morning.
A great reminder as we wake up, cut the lights on and say, you know what, I'm going to let my light shine.
Absolutely, let your light shine. And you know, most of the time when we say that phrase, or if you've heard, don't dim your light, we think about our extroverted friends, those with the big personalities who show up and, hello world, we're ready for the party. But this message today is for anyone, even the introverts, even those who move a little bit quieter. It's not about volume, it's about the depth. It's about authentically bringing your full self to whatever space you're in.
That's interesting because you're right. I always think about those people who are often told you're doing too much or you're too loud or you're too enthusiastic. But what I found later in my career is that you also have to make sure that you are making space for people who maybe need the space in the conversation to have those things. And it's so important to have those different perspectives.
Absolutely, because even those who are a little bit quieter, they may just be processing a little bit longer, but when you make the space for them, you have those E.F. Hutton moments where you're like, wow, that was really amazing what they shared, or I hadn't thought about that perspective. The other thing when you think about dimming the light, we think about, again, the spotlight on you, and the spotlight is where you're bringing the attention to yourself. In this conversation, what we're talking about is don't think of it as being a spotlight, think of yourself as a lighthouse. A lighthouse is a beacon for others. When you show up as your full self, when you're that silent one, when you speak when necessary, when you actively listen to others, when you do share something in the conversation that's meaningful or positive, you are being that lighthouse and helping others to see that they can do that as well.
And what it reminds me of is that you actually have to talk and you have to share in order for people to know all that you do and bring, all the light that you are carrying. And so sometimes for people who might feel like they're patting themselves on the back and would say, well, no, that's not a big highlight, it could be helping someone else.
Absolutely. We feel like we're bragging sometimes when we kind of talk about the accolades or maybe something great that has happened. Change that. Don't think of it as bragging. Think of it as contributing to the conversation. Like you're saying, you don't know who in the room may need to hear what you want to share. There's a reason that you've had that experience. There's a reason that you maybe have achieved a goal or had a certain success that maybe is beyond you. And how are you adding value or inspiring someone else by sharing that? And the other piece of that is, if you think about it as not necessarily bragging, it's really allowing yourself to own who you are. And remove the word just. I just did this, or I am just that. Remove the words I'm sorry. You know, we sometimes give a pre-apology before we ask for something or do something. So take away those minimizing words, and then that is allowing your light to shine as well.
And without it being overly, without you boasting about yourself, it's just simply stating what you're doing in a way where we can celebrate you and you can celebrate you. And it's amazing when you get people in a room and we start to have conversations and you realize how much you have in common, how much you've been through things, or you might be in a space that someone else overcame.
Yes.
And hearing their story and understanding what they did and getting their recommendations can set you on a whole different path.
Absolutely. It can be your North Star. And the thing is, you may never hear from that other person how you inspired them. Sometimes people come and say thank you, or months or years later they'll say, when you shared XYZ, that made a difference. You may never hear it, but that's why it's important to authentically show up as yourself, because even when you don't know you are creating a ripple effect, you can be confident that if you're walking in integrity, authenticity, and just being who you're meant to be, you really are touching other people.
That's a beautiful thought, because it speaks to connection.
Yes.
Making sure that we're staying connected to others, and especially those who might not have a lot of people to reach out to them all the time, or to encourage them, or even to ask about their story. It's important for us to find those people, because we can often get far more than what we contributed to the conversation just by listening to others share about their light.
Absolutely. So if you're one of those persons who shows up and your light is bright anyway, that is the person that maybe should pause. They're not dimming their light, they're making space for the other person's light. If you're that person who's a little bit quieter and you're like, I don't want to say anything, I'm shy, this is not my space, figure out how you can contribute to the conversation, or contribute to the space or the opportunity in some way where others feel seen, valued, and heard.
That's right. Always good reminders, and especially for sharing your light. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Stacy Hawkins Adams offers weekly Motivational Monday emails by newsletter. Or newsletters by email, there you go. If you are interested in subscribing, you can visit stacyhawkinsadams.com.